Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all of you. I hope you all are well and fine and doing great. I hope you are safe and sound. You are having a good day. So let's start today's class. First, let me tell you that today we are not going to start our new chapter. This is your reinforcement class. In this class, we are going to relearn some of the things from one of our chapter. So which chapter we are going to revise and what kind of things we are going to learn. So let's get started with the name of chapter. But before that, as I previously told you that there are a number of the functions in our body that are working together to make the life possible, and they include skeletal system, muscular system, digestive system, nervous system, circulatory system. Means many of the systems are there in our body. One important thing regarding system is, if we talk about system includes more than one organs. For example, if we talk about digestive system will include the stomach, large intestine, small intestine, mouth, glands. It means when we talk about system, it means we are talking about more than one organ. Okay, now in this chapter, what kind of system we are going to learn? Let's start with the name of the chapter. So students, the chapter which we are going to review this week is how our brain works. The chapter which we are going to review is how our brain works. This is the chapter which we have already learned in 3 segments. We are going to review some of the important things from this chapter. So this is review 1 of how our brain works. This is the chapter number 4 and it is on page number 27 of your science book. Fine, so it is better for you guys to open your book and open page number 27. So let's start our review. Here comes the main bullets of this chapter, the main things which we are going to learn from this chapter. And this is a chapter that is composed of components of nervous system, brain and its parts, spinal cord, nerves and its types, reflex action and sense organs. Now we are going to review one by one. So in today's lecture we are going to review nervous system and its components. The system due to which the body coordinates with our brain, that is the nervous system. Okay, and here are 3 main components of nervous system, and these are brain, spinal cord and nerves. In this picture, this is the brain and this is the spinal cord, and this network like structure which is spread throughout the body, that these are the nerves. Fine. So nervous system is the system which is made by the combination of 3 things, and these are brain, spinal cord and nerves. So let's discuss them one by one. So let us start with brain. So let's start with the component number 1 of nervous system, and that is the brain. Brain is the control center of our body. Here are some of the points regarding brain, from which number 1 is our brain is the control center of our body. If we talk about computer, so computer has its control center as CPU, Central Processing Unit. Central Processing Unit or CPU controls the whole, all parts of computer. Likewise, brain controls our whole body. It receives messages from all parts of our body and issues necessary commands to control the body's action. Fine. We must know that brain is something that is more and more complicated, and it has number of the folds and grooves. Fine. The brain is made up of a special type of cells, and these cells are called as nerve cells. Okay, nervous system has some special kind of cells, and these are called nerve cells. They are connected with each other, and nerves in our body, they all are connected with one another. The delicate brain is protected by the outside by strong skull. Okay, in our previous chapter, how we move, we have learned about the skeleton from which the our brain is protected by skull. Okay, so skull is a bony structure, is a strong structure, is a hard structure that protects our brain, because our brain is the delicate part of our body, and it is complicated, and it is really really important because it controls our whole body. Brain has many parts, from which there are three main parts, and these are cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla. Okay, if you google the parts of brain, so you will come to know that there are many parts of the brain, from which three are discussed in your book, and these are cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla. In this picture you can see these three main parts. The largest in the main part is the cerebrum, which has grooves and folds. Here is a small almond shaped structure, that is cerebellum. Be very careful while writing these two terms because they are resembling with one another but they are different. Cerebrum, okay, cerebrum, cerebrum. Cerebellum, cerebellum, cerebellum. Okay, and there is a stem like structure, a rod like structure, that is brain stem, or in your book it is written as medulla. So there are three main parts of the brain, and these are cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla. Now cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla we are going to discuss further. We are going to see their shape properly and their function. Dear kids, whenever you see any brain, so basically you are able to see the part that is cerebrum. We think that this part is the brain, but it is more. It has more and more structures inside and downwards. Okay, so if we talk about cerebrum, that is the main part of the brain, and it is the largest part of the brain. Okay, it has number of the folds and grooves. Okay, you can see the complicated structure of cerebrum. It has number of the folds, it has many folds and grooves. What is the function of cerebrum? The function of the cerebrum is thinking. Okay, we are thinking, we are using our sense organs, they all are controlled by cerebrum. Our all thinking is done by cerebrum. So what is the cerebrum? Cerebrum is the main and the largest part of the brain. It is the main and largest part of the brain. And if we talk about its structure, it has many folds and grooves. It has many folds and grooves. And if we talk about its function, it does all our thinking. Apart from thinking, our sense organs are controlled by cerebrum. Got it? Here comes the second part of the brain, and that is cerebellum. Cerebellum is a small egg-shaped part under the cerebrum at the back of the head. As you can observe the position of the cerebellum here. Remember one thing, cerebrum and cerebellum are different from one another, so be very careful while writing the spelling of them. Fine. Apart from this, you can see that cerebrum is the main part and the largest part of the brain, and cerebellum is not the large part of the brain. Okay, it's a small part of the brain which is at the back of the head. The cerebellum works with the cerebrum to control the movements of the muscles. Our muscles, the movement of the muscles are controlled by cerebellum, but the cerebellum works with cerebrum to control the movement. Fine. It also helps our body to keep its balance. We can balance our body, that is due to cerebellum. Now it is the time to discuss the last main part of the brain, and that is medulla. Here are some of the points regarding medulla, and this is how the medulla looks like. The portion which is in light color, that is cerebrum and cerebellum. This is a stem-like structure, this is a rod-like structure, and this is medulla, and we call it as brain stem as well. Fine. The medulla is shaped like a stem, and it comes out from the base of the brain and joins spinal cord. Okay, it comes out from the base of the brain and joins the spinal cord. It controls involuntary actions such as breathing and heartbeat. Okay, so involuntary actions like breathing, heartbeat, apart from this, we can take the example of digestive system. These all are controlled by medulla. So medulla is a part of brain, or the third part of the brain according to your book, which is a stem like structure. Okay, and it comes out from the base of the brain and joins the spinal cord. This is the brain stem like structure, and it comes down to the spinal cord, and it controls the involuntary actions such as breathing, heartbeat, digestive system. You know that there is a movement in digestive system as well. Okay, so these kind of actions which are automatic, which are involuntary, these kind of things are controlled by medulla. So cerebrum is functioning for controlling the thinking. Cerebellum is Cerebellum is performing its function to control the movement of the muscles with the help of cerebrum. And if we talk about medulla, so medulla controls the involuntary actions such as breathing and heartbeat. And digestive system, there is a movement in the digestive system, and that is also controlled by medulla. So it is the time to say goodbye to all of you, because we have completed our today's review. We will have more of the lectures on the review of chapter How Our Brain Works. Okay, so in today's class we have only discussed the brain and its main parts, which includes cerebrum, the largest and the main part, cerebellum, the second part, and the third part was medulla. Medulla is a stem-like structure, okay, and that comes down to the at the base of our brain and goes down to the spinal cord. Fine, so we will continue the lecture in the next class. So take care of yourself and be safe at home. Thank you so much. Goodbye.